Alrighty, this time we are, what was it? We are 120 Hertz, but we're 60 Hertz and we are VRR auto apply. With no other settings changed, IDR remains on. So we'll see how this one goes. Oh. Alright. Looking at the results, that's tearing. Okay, so last time I was doubting whether I could see it. This is clearly tearing. Alright, and so you can see down the bottom here, this is how it normally would be. So blue, hang on, this is how it would normally be. So blue at the top, red at the bottom, and so the blue draws out slightly faster than the red. However, here, where red is faster than the blue, that means that tearing must have occurred. So given that blue's at the top of the screen, red's at the bottom, if it's showing one frame at a time, you would assume that blue would be faster, unless it tears and draws the next frame from kind of halfway down. So this is tearing. We'll run through all the others. I wonder if and so one thing to note, the results become difficult to interpret in that well, I'll show you in a second. Yes. I don't know why it was like that. So you can see it when you use your usual measurement where you say, well, the top one's a quarter of the way down and the bottom one's 3/4 of the way down. So if we compare the differences in average, take off a quarter, add a quarter to those, it'll give us a full screen draw time. It comes out negative because the one at the bottom, the red one, is averaging faster. So these results don't really make sense. If we just say, look, the screen is drawing at 120 Hertz, even though we've set the PS5 to 60 Hertz display, the screen draw takes 8 milliseconds, and you can kind of show that if you look at a value like this. So, where are we? This is when it's not tearing, so blue is faster than red. The blue one comes out at 56, the red one comes out at 60. So 4 milliseconds before, from a quarter to 3/4, minus a quarter or minus 2 milliseconds, 54 to 62, 8 millisecond draw time. So we get more meaningful values by doing it this way. This value is calculated off the blue. This value is calculated off the red. These are for the top of the screen. This value is calculated off the blue, this value is calculated off the red. So it's basically saying that if we took our untorn screen, it starts drawing at 68 and ends at 76. If we assume that the top command icon, which is on the untorn screen, is correct. Okay, if we use our bottom command icon, which more often than not is in a torn area, or at least half the time, then the top of the screen would be that seems backwards. Sorry, yeah, the top of the screen would be 60 and the bottom of the screen would be 68. So if we use our top icon, 68 at the top, 76 at the bottom. If we use our bottom icon, the 3/4 of the way down, 60 milliseconds at the top, 68 at the bottom. This value obviously being similar to what we saw without tearing in our 120 Hertz. So I'll just quickly trim the data a bit. for what it's worth. And as always, we have to make a decision as to where we do that. But has it changed the data significantly? No. Good. So, yeah, this explains why, and I will include that one as well here. It kind of explains why you've got two final results with differing numbers, probably counterintuitively. Very confusing. VSync, or not VSync, tearing always makes these results difficult.